Get it in. Yo, we here, people. We are here. For RKTRealestate.com in the motherfucking building.
To the K, to the motherfucking T.
So we talking about wasting money and why you shouldn't waste money, man. Like, so what's your thoughts on this shit, man? Because you know we balling out here, so we don't give a fuck about wasting money.
This is just for you then.
That's
man. Nah, man, just talking about, to your point, just wasting money, man. This economy is wild out here. You know what I mean? Everything costs $1 million.
Yo,
Can't
bro,
be out here just tossing money. You know,
nigga, I went to Subway the other day to get a sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga, I spent $16 on a foot long, bro.
Yeah, pause.
Yeah, pause. Yo, when did a Subway sandwich cost $16?
That's crazy,
bro. You remember when it was $5?
Yeah, $5 foot long.
$5. Like what?
Those days are over.
Look, I told him to put some bacon on it, but nigga.
Now bacon is expensive. You know,
they give you the thinnest fucking piece of bacon possible.
That shit crazy.
Bro, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I'm just saying, like, this inflation shit is ridiculous, bro.
Out of control.
Nah, but to your point, that's why you can't waste no money, man, because it's that serious, man. I seen the other day that the Shoremans, whatever, the packaging people who package our food and all the places.
Oh yeah,
that's going on right now. So you can't be wasting money out here, man, because inflation's going up, and at least till they settle this and this strike is over, it's gonna cost us $1 million.
So who has clarity on that? Like, what's actually happening? Like, I know they import all the so the workers who import all the stuff is not they on strike, or what's going on?
The people that package it up, so the people that pack it on the trucks and the ports, the people that pack all the stuff, put it on the trucks, they not doing it. So everybody had to buy everything right now. I saw the other day, just yesterday, somebody sent me something like they took a picture in Target. All the shelves are empty. Damn. So everybody that didn't prepare for this, you hit. Like everything's gonna be running low, like toilet paper, food, every day. The shelves is cleaned everywhere right now, though, because it's a 2-3 week delay of the impact.
Paul's got his on deck ready.
Hey, let me tell you something. You know what's crazy? I don't have no kids, no wife, and I still buy shit in bulk.
Mm-hmm.
I don't fuck around, bro. I don't trust nothing. I don't trust nothing. I just bought 2 cases of water. I still got toilet paper. I'm still halfway through my toilet paper supply. I'm still like halfway through my fucking paper towel supply. Man, and I use everything very sparingly. Like I like, you know how they say put a pea size amount of toothpaste on your toothbrush?
Right.
Yo, half that, nigga. Are you kidding me? Shit, bro. I don't play games
over here.
Nah, for real. And but niggas ball out in other ways. But I'm just saying, like, the necessities, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that, man. Matter of fact, I'm gonna look it up right now and see if we get some more clarity on that. You feel me?
It's real, man. I mean, like, it's a serious thing, man. You can't be wasting anything. To your point, Miles, like dead serious. Like when they say put that little bit of toothpaste on it, you got to do that. You know what I mean? Turn off the lights when you leave in the house. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool out right now, so you don't need the AC running right now. Like,
well, yeah, it was cold last night.
Yeah. All that type of shit. Let me share this shit with y'all real quick though. We got the port strike.
7:18 here on.
Hold on, this nigga got a bloody face. Hold on. Let me see the nigga with the bloody face first. Hold on.
We start the top of the hour this morning with a Fox 5 News alert. Thousands of dock workers are on strike, causing ports across the U.S. to close.
Yeah, in total, 36 ports shutting down, including the port of Baltimore. Melanie Allenwick is there right now live, and she appears to be telling us since this morning that it's been heating up there, and it hasn't been a pleasant sight for many folks, especially the drivers coming in.
That's right. So for some people, I think it might have been a bit of a surprise. However, this has been in the news that it could be happening for a few weeks now. So you can see the picket lines behind me here. And this is the main entrance to the Port of Baltimore, the Dundalk Terminal. And you'll see they're walking around the picket lines in circles. Now, Baltimore police were here earlier reminding the picketers that they cannot block the entrance to the port. The longshoremen walked off the job at 12:01 a.m. There was confusion and anger as picketers initially tried to stop trucks from entering, and it did turn violent.
I come here for 7 years. I pull the trash and the debris out of here for the Port of Baltimore, and the officer told me to come back and make go in there to get out of my way, and they attacked me and broke the windshield and serrated my face.
Great.
Look at it.
That's crazy.
Now, we don't know exactly what happened. The union members said the truck hit one of the picketers as they swarmed around it. We did see an ambulance come to assist, and we know that that gentleman did speak with police officers. Again, we'll let the authorities sort out exactly what happened there. Now, 45 members of the International Longshoremen's Association, 45,000 members. That's a big difference in the number, isn't it? They have all been asking for a 77% pay increase over 6 years and a ban on automation at their ports, a threat to their jobs, they say. Now, most retailers stocked up on goods prior to the strike, but if it lasts more than a few weeks, supply chain experts say it's consumers who are going to feel the direct impact of higher prices and product shortages, especially for things like fresh fruit, coffee, and cars. The U.S. Marine Alliance, which represents the ports, said it offered 50% pay increases and an agreement to keep current limits on automation, in addition to increased contributions to the retirement plans. But apparently that was not acceptable to the union members. We don't know what the next steps are in terms of the negotiations. Now, we do want to let you know that West Coast ports do remain open. They are a different union and working under a different contract, and many supply chain leaders have rerouted some of their goods and supplies. But on the East Coast, it's going to have to be a wait and see situation as to how directly everyone is impacted.
Yo, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
They saying bananas is on cost like $8-9 just for a little thing if this thing drink continue, bro. Like
they just spoke about coffee. I'm tight.
Yo, coffee, bro. Coffee, yo.
The Uber rides is gonna go up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, listen, it's going. Everything is gonna spike up, and that's even more of a reason why you got to be saving. You know, because it's crazy out here. What's gonna You see, the bad thing is that because we're Americans, we're spoiled.
Yeah, that's facts.
And we use a certain way of living, even in
first world problems.
Yeah, exactly. We have first world problems. So for us to save, it's doable, it's possible, but you really have to call RKT Real Estate and Finance so we could talk to you guys and show you how to save. That's number one. Number two, you got to really set out a budget for yourself and really stick to it. Treat your life like a business, and you'll be able to save. The reason why I feel that way is because it's not even about how I feel, but it's what I know. The more that you pay attention to your dollar, the more control you have over your dollar. Mm-hmm. But the truth is, most people don't pay attention to it because of a level of comfortability, and they just want what they want, and they'll spend based off of how they feel, you know. And, you know, that's what we do a lot. Mm. And that's why we in the situations we in. That's why it's hard to save money. We always spend it. Think about even like something as simple as subscriptions. Mm. Nobody pays attention to their subscriptions. Mm. There's deductions every other week, and you don't even remember that you had a subscription for whatever it is, whether it's, you know, entertainment, you know, it's Hulu, Netflix, Stars, you know, you set up a payment plan and it's an automatic pay, and you didn't realize that your payment was coming out. I actually have clients who forget that their payment is coming out on certain dates for their policy. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I have to remind them, like, hey, listen, don't forget, you know, your payment is coming out this day. You know, like, oh, okay. And then I'll know, because then the company will let me know that, you know, I read insufficient funds. So I got to call the client now and let them know, hey, listen, you missed the payment. Let's get back on track. Mm-hmm. So, but these are how these things happen, because there's so many automated payment systems in place that you just forget, and there's no tracking system for your bills, for your spending habits. And then as a result, everything is just haywire and it's just loose. Everybody's running loose. Mm-hmm.
No, that's real. That's real shit. That's real shit. You know what I'm saying? And I think you know, a lot of times what happens is you know, people will waste money on things that they know that they actually don't need, but they've been so used to having those things, or like you said, like there might be some subscriptions they don't use. There might be like, so like I'm sure like there's a bunch of people who's paying for gym memberships.
Yep.
And you don't go to the gym. You know what I'm saying?
I'm one of them.
Right.
I'll be honest. I'm one of them. And it's not that I don't want to.
Right.
It's my timing. So I'll work out at home, right? Because for me to go to the gym, it's just requiring more time for me. So I'll do the bare minimum at home, but I'm still getting in some type of workout. But to your point, I'm literally wasting dollars on the gym membership. And I don't go to Planet Fitness at all, honestly. I haven't been there in months. I'll be honest.
Right. That's real shit. So should I take my money out the bank?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. The purge is coming, bro. Like, it's over. It's about to be Mad Max Fury Road out here, my nigga. Nah, I don't know.
What do you mean though? Like, what are you talking about? You taking money out of the bank for what specifically?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's a very vague question. You know what I'm
the bank is safe. Your money's safe in the bank for the most part.
Right.
2 miles point unless something crazy happen.
You know, stay poor.
Somebody else here. What's the biggest reason the poor stay poor?
Right.
Because they waste money. You know what I mean? That's why. Like, you know what I mean? Wasting money. You know, you think about it at the end of the day, it's just one of those things where going out to eat too much. You know what I mean? You have people where they spend like $500-$600 on restaurant food. Now, I'm not even talking just eating food at home, just restaurant food. Like, and then they have their regular house budget $400. So you got people out here that's one single family, one single home, one individual spending $1,000 a month just on food because you're too lazy to cook. You know what I mean? That's crazy. You know what I mean? Then you just think about the simple stuff. You know what I mean? You go into the movie theaters and you want to get the popcorn, large popcorn and soda and a hot dog. Now you don't spend $48 on the food alone, then $25 on a ticket. Like, you know what I mean? Like, wasting money once again. You know what I mean? It's just everything we do. You just got to be mindful of what you're spending and how you're spending and putting yourself on a budget. A lot of people don't put themselves on a budget.
I think a lot of people spend too much money on entertainment. Way too much money on going out. Now, I don't think there's anything wrong with going out and having a good time. But I think, you know, people don't prioritize themselves. And because let's be honest here, going out, you know, it can be cost effective, but then it could also be expensive as hell, depending on what you're doing and who you're doing it with. So a lot of people spend unnecessarily. For example, go out to the club or to the bar. You had you're having a couple of drinks, then you have some food. You're spending easily $150, $200 easy, right? And that's maybe 2 to 3 times, maybe 4 times a month.
Right.
So that's almost $1,000 for the month. Easily deducted and only spent $200-$300 by you guys could have got together at somebody's house and you guys could have made your own drinks and had a better time, to be honest. Listen to some music, but everybody wants to be seen. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with it from doing it time to time, but I feel like people don't prioritize it and they overdo it and not really paying attention. The same amount of money that you spent at the bar or at the club, you could have did the same thing at one of your friends' house.
Right. And more.
And more, right. Had a better time.
We got 713. I think this monogamous. What's going on, bro?
Yes, sir. RKT, Miles, LaCoya, what's good?
What's up, man?
What's going on, brother?
Man, hey, this chilling, man. I actually just saw that story that y'all posted yesterday about the union and all these strikes, and as y'all say, inflation is going up. Yeah. And the one thing that I realized, guys, like, I feel like, and even me and one of my boys was talking about this, right? Because one of my boys had an epiphany a couple of days ago. He said, "Bro, I had an epiphany." I said, "What?" He said, "Bro, I'm gonna stop paying for niggas in the club. I'm gonna stop doing all these. You know how you go to the club with your boys and y'all buy rounds of drinks and all that type of shit."
Yeah.
Which I didn't stop, and that will always be a running joke with my group of guys because they already know that the best I'm gonna do is get the hookah, but I'm not spending no more money, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like right now in these times, like, if you really don't want to do what you got to spend money on, and you really don't have to do it, it's not worth doing it. So we're at the times of like your friends hitting you up, or you just doing something just because somebody else is doing it, right? I only do things because I really want to do it, right? So for example, right, me and my boys, we went out 2 weeks ago, right? And we went out, we did the whole Sunday fun day thing, right? And we was at this one spot called Gotti's, right? So mind you, right, I bought the hookah, I bought wings, I bought appetizer egg rolls, and a drink. Guess how much my total was, bro?
500. I don't know.
Nah, hell no. But hell no, I would have walked out. But $150, bro.
127.
For some wings,
yeah,
some egg rolls, because a lot of places, like, people don't realize, like, a lot of these like lounge places, they'll charge you gratuity.
Yeah.
So they'll charge you just to be inside the place.
Yeah. And they still imagine they charge you gratuity and they still leave the space for you to leave a tip.
Mm-hmm.
Leave a tip. Leave a tip.
How many? Let me ask you a question. How many wings it come with, man?
Yeah, how many? how many wings did it come with?
How many wings did it come with?
I think it came with like 8. It was like 8 wings with
you know what I'm saying?
With a thing of fries.
That's crazy.
8 wings, bro. And you know what was crazy? When one of my boys, he was trying to holler at the waitress. The waitress was like, "Oh, I would let you holler at me, but you only gave me a $3 tip." Yeah. He was like, "Bitch, there's gratuity." I didn't pay the extra $40 off gratuity. So that's another thing. Going out, you're actually spending more money because places are charging gratuity. And then the last thing I want to say, usually when I save up for, because, you know, every time we give groceries, and my girl go get groceries, I give her like $200 or $250, and she might put another $150 with it, right? So at the most we spending is $400, $350, $300, right? So yesterday she went to the grocery store. Luckily we go to Kroger's where we get all those deals. Before the deals, the total was $590. Mind you, we getting the same amount of groceries, maybe just a few more, right? Because I think it's a hurricane coming, so she stacked up a little bit more. Once we hit those deals, it went down to $492. So I was like, God damn, we're getting the same stuff that we used to get for $350, $300. Now it's costing $490. So that lets me know that the price of things is going up. So I'm just noticing that as I live life.
Wow, it's crazy.
Yeah,
crazy, man. It's crazy. But yeah, guys, I just want to say, man, inflation is real, and if you just out here spending your money, then you're not gonna have no money. You know what I'm saying? If you don't understand what you're doing and how you're doing it, because even what y'all was saying with these subscriptions, every year the price goes up. So you think you're paying $12 a month, now next year you're paying $18. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, that's all I wanted to say, guys. I just want to chime in on that. Just, you know, money can get spent so many different ways if you don't control it. Yeah. But thank y'all for the opportunity.
Hey, appreciate you, man. Thank you. Thanks for calling.
Appreciate you, bro.
Guys, make sure you go check out Danny Mathematics 3.0, Danny Mathematics 3.0 on YouTube. That's where he also did the thing. He did the example of compound inflation. So make sure y'all go check that shit out, man, on YouTube. I appreciate you, bro.
Oh, and one more question, Miles, and I can actually get off if y'all can just answer this.
Yeah.
But Kayleen, and I kind of know the answer to this, right? But I think a lot of guys, right, especially like, you know, if I was a street nigga, right? Oh, I'm gonna save $100,000 and put it under the mattress, and I'm gonna fuck with it 10 years from now, right? I think people don't understand that when you don't put your money in compound interest type of vehicles, as inflation goes up, the value of the dollar goes down.
Right.
So 10 years from now, $100,000 might be only really worth 70. But if you put it in an interest savings account, now that 100 is going up with the market. Now it's 130.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But I think but if y'all can just explain that a little bit more.
All right. All right. Appreciate you, bro.
Thank you.
All right. Take it easy. Yeah. How does the compound interest and interest bearing accounts like mutual funds and stuff, how does it actually adjust for inflation?
What do you mean as far as adjusting for the inflation?
Yeah. How does it? Do you know how does it actually do that?
No, I don't know the formula. All this as far as the compound interest, you know, you gaining money with the market itself. So, you know, but as far as how it hedges inflation, that I couldn't tell you. You know what I mean? I don't even think it hedges inflation. It's just what the market is performing at. You just stay ahead, to be quite honest with you.
Right.
The index will hedge against the inflation, but as far as like the variables, so anything when it comes to money market accounts, mutual fund stocks, bonds, that I'm not too sure. I don't think that acts as a hedge against the inflation, but the index strategy does. So the fixed and the variable, It probably doesn't, and don't quote me on that, but it probably doesn't. But the index for sure it does. So then they calculate, they factor in if for inflation and for the long period of time. So even when you're getting gains with these policies, with these life insurance policies, like I said, they calculate those numbers in. So that's why they say, okay, it won't go no less than 2%, but at max you'll get 10 and 12% on your money, because they're factoring in that hedge against the inflation already. But as far, like I said, for variable and fixed accounts, I'm not too sure. I don't think it is, but yeah. And it's even to what Monogamous Player said, as far as the money under the mattress, it ain't growing. That's definitely going to lose its value.
That's definitely going to lose value.
As throughout the course of time. That's definitely going to lose its value. That's why it's important to put your money into an account that gets interest. Because if not, as we get older, as time goes on, the value of the dollar keeps getting less and less. And not to mention that just the U.S. dollar alone is the value of it is decreasing as well.
Right.
All the nations across the country. Now I'm gonna say all the nations, but it's something called BRICS. You guys can look it up too. It's Brazil, Russia, India, China, and some other country. So they're all formulating their dollar. Their dollar is becoming more powerful, and the U.S. dollar is becoming more by the day. So that's even another reason why you got to just make sure that your money is growing, because the value of the U.S. dollar is starting to decrease. How fast? That's only time will tell.
So I'm looking at Investopedia.com. So it says one misconception is that about money market funds and accounts is that they are a safeguard against inflation. So it says a common misconception is believing that placing money in a money market account safeguards you against inflation, but that's not necessarily true. Money market accounts are not designed to outpace inflation. Rather, it's simply to grow savings at a faster rate than traditional checking or savings accounts. So it says, let's assume, for example, that inflation is lower than the 20-year historical average. Even in this situation, the interest rates banks pay on these accounts decrease as well, affecting the original intent of the account. So while money markets are safe investments, they really don't safeguard you from inflation. So basically, it's literally just saying that it's not really a safeguard, but it's still better than keeping your money under the mattress, or keeping your money in the regular savings accounts, because at least your money is going to be worth more when you check back on the account later on. And so your money being worth more helps with the fact that if there was inflation between the time that you deposited the money and then later, it just kind of helps, because we're just saying, okay, you put $100,000 in now, and then you get back based on the compound interest. When you go back, you look at it and it's worth 150. In the next 5-10 years, whatever it is. So it's just it helps to combat inflation, but it doesn't necessarily directly hedges against inflation. You see what I'm saying? So, and it says, does that also go for life insurance? Guys, you want to feel that?
Yeah, no. So for life insurance, it's different, because it's in an indexed account. That's why they safeguard you for when the market does drop. When the market drops, your money is safe. It has a security there. So when it comes to inflation, remember, like I was saying earlier, that's already factored in. It's already calculated that inflation will happen. And what happens is, with life insurance, they're backed by other AM Best rating companies that also have money too. So you got to realize these are like juggernauts. These are like huge conglomerates in the financial industry who have the money for the backing. When inflation does happen, they have the money to equate for that and act as a hedge against inflation for it. So when it comes to life insurance, it doesn't even fall into that category. That's why we talk about it so much. Excuse me. And that's why we want people to get these policies, because of this reason.
Right. Exactly. And then somebody else says, this dude, I'm not going to say his name. He says, what do you guys think about trying to work towards becoming more self-sufficient, like growing your own veggies, getting chickens, trying to find a means to live off the grid?
Well, here's the thing. That's a good question. But here's the reality of it. Now, that's actually a smart thing to do. However, even with you trying to live off the grid and live outside the matrix, you still have to have enough money right now to even start that process.
Right.
Anybody who lives off the grid, they weren't broke. Trust me, they had enough money to start the process. And as they were able to be more self-sufficient by being more independent, by being able to grow their own farm and grow their own veggies and stuff, then the money, they didn't need it as much. But you can't start off without no money. But is that a good idea? Absolutely. Absolutely. But you have to have a plan. You can't just go off and get up one day and say, hey, I want to go live off the grid. You have to have a plan for that.
Right.
And also you need to have the time, you know what I'm saying?
Correct.
So I think a lot of times what happens too is that, see, like, if you're gonna see, I think the thing with wasting money is that some people, they use money, but they just use it and it doesn't really benefit them for other things, right? So like, say for example, a person might, just waste money on, like, I don't know, some sneakers or some shit that costs like $200, right? And what happens is that instead of wasting money on the sneakers that is going to cost you $200, that $200 could have been spent to give you more time, like spent on something else to give you more time to make more money. So for example, like it would make more sense for you to spend, I don't know, like even we talk about like eating out or whatever. It would actually be better for you to spend $200 for the week on eating food or ordering food so that it gives you more time to work on something so you can spend less time on making the food. Do you see what I'm saying? So like, it depends on how you're spending your money, because the thing is that you have people out there who they'll spend money, but it doesn't really do anything to free up their time. It doesn't do anything to give them any type of, resource to make something else happen. It's just like, I spent the money, I got this thing, and now it's done. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, if you're going to spend some type of money, I feel like it's not necessarily wasting money if whatever you're putting your money into actually is going to give you something in return. Like you're saying, like life insurance and stuff like that. Spend that $200 on that versus the sneakers, because then it is not necessarily a waste of money because the money's working for you in some form of fashion. You see what I'm saying? So I think, people got to like kind of, if they see it that way, it's a whole different thing. You know what I mean?
And I want to add to even what his plan is, even as far as growing your own food and stuff like that. To be honest with you, you might want to consider growing the food and selling it, because during these times that's coming up in the future, there's going to be more and more bartering systems in place because of inflation and things that are going on. So you may be able to be the one the go-to instead of the farmer's market. They can come to your market, to your garden, and you can do business that way. So think about that as an option too. Don't just, and I get it. You want to get off the grid. But before even thinking like that, also think that you could also make money from doing that too, from farming and growing your own crops and selling it. But yeah.
So it says, would you say most issues when it comes to spending comes from lack of planning beyond even just a budget? What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it definitely is that. Lack of planning is everything. Again, if every dollar you don't have a plan for, it's wasted. Being honest, every single dollar. You know what I mean? If you got $100 in your pocket, you know what I mean, you don't got no plan for it, you're gonna spend it. Because guess why? You got $100 and you outside, and like now you thirsty. You break the $100 bill. Now, now you get some juice for $3, $4. Now you hungry. Well, let me get a sandwich real quick. Now that's $10. As a matter of fact, Miles was told $16. now you're down to $70. Then you're outside and like, man, let me stop at the store. Man, I'm gonna pick up this other random item, whether it's a hat or something. You know what I mean? Like if you don't have a plan for your money, it just opens the door, because it's a going joke that outside costs $200. Why? Because there's always somebody selling something. There's always some type of advertisement. It's constantly everything trying to pull you in to buy their product outside as soon as you get outside. How many no's can you say? Most people are not disciplined. They can barely say one no. So if you're that type of person, if you're not planning for your money will be gone. You know what I mean? And it does go beyond budgeting, because if you master planning and saving, then you still gotta kind of set expectations for inflation and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What I want to say is before we answer that question, we do financial analysis. Like we help with budget and saving. We deal with financial planning. So if you don't know where to start as far as budgeting, like I said, give us a call, hit us up on the site, connect with us, so we can help you at least jumpstart that process. So, because sometimes we may be able to, not sometimes, but all the time, we will be able to bring awareness to where your where the leak is, to where you're just spending too much. Sometimes you may not be aware of it. We'll be able to help you with that. So book an appointment, give us a call. We could definitely help you with that financial planning.
Nice. All right. So Lynn would say, what's the difference between being frugal and being cheap?
Frugal is just pretty much being very careful of money, and our exact topic, the definition is of not wasting money. Mm-hmm. Someone frugal is not going to waste money. They're going to be very careful on what they're spending, and be very thoughtful. Being cheap is just honestly just being ignorant. I'm just paying a low cost because I think I'm saving money. You're not actually thinking about if you're saving money. So, for example, somebody that's frugal is going to be like, listen, I'm going to the grocery store. There's a grocery store over here. It's only 1.5 miles away. It's right down the street, and they have 50% of the items I want on sale. So it makes sense for me to go to this close place and save money. Mm-hmm. Somebody being cheap is just like, I'm driving 20 miles because I think I'm gonna save some money. They're just being cheap because that's on sale. So you see the difference. Like they wasted more time and more money to go to try to save money because they're just trying to save money, but they're not actually thinking about how they're saving money. if that makes sense.
Being cheap is expensive.
Yeah, facts. I'll say it like this. I think being frugal is being strategic. Being cheap is being emotional.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
That's some real shit. So so what's the last thing we gotta leave the people with today? Do you got any other events coming up or what's going on?
Yeah, man, we got October 19th. Oh, actually, no, we got something tonight. Okay,
tonight. We're having a life insurance webinar tonight at 7:00. We don't have the link. We don't have the Zoom link on there. But if you want to, I don't know how they gonna get on. They don't have the Zoom link.
Tell them to DM you on Instagram.
Yeah.
DM us on our Facebook. Kayleen Smith on Facebook. First name Kalim, last name Smith. DM me, or you could DM Rashidi Locario on Facebook, so we can send you the Zoom link and you guys can get on for at 7:00 Eastern Standard Time.
Right. Oh, and the event over the weekend was fire too. South Carolina was fire. You know what I'm saying? We had a lot of great information that was passed, in the meeting, and it was dope. So yeah, man. So make sure y'all come to these events because the literacy is crazy. You'd be surprised what people don't know. You know what I'm saying? You'd be surprised what people don't know. And so you gotta come through. You gotta be a part of the things. Be a part of the event so you can ask questions. You could be a part of. Y'all got the Legacy Builder podcast. Y'all got this podcast. The guys who come in the chat and ask questions, that's good. But a lot of us need to do more because a lot of it is ignorance. A lot of it is not. It's not that if you knew better, you would do better. I just put it like that. You know what I'm saying? So you got to know better. All right. So guys, make sure you get with Kayleen Rashidi. Call RKT Appraisals at 973-420-5028 and go to the website rktrealestate.com, click on the consultation tab and schedule your free consultation. So make sure you get with those guys and do what you guys got to do.
Yeah, man. All right, people. So that's pretty much it. We out of here, and we will holler at y'all later. Remember, Truth is Society. Peace. We on. We out.